So here's the story, people. I was asked by Mara, what am I doing for Chuck's birthday, the 13th of May? And I just thought, well, nothing. Because when you try and think of, like, okay, what would you do or whatever, it's kind of like, I kind of thought, well, whilst trying to think of ideas, I came up with, like, oh, maybe I'll get maybe you could get a cake. But if I was to have a cake there and be like, happy birthday, Chuck, and then like, make a wish, that would have been a bit cheesy. So I spent a little bit of time thinking of what video could I make, what could I share with everyone, and something came to me because of what I knew was kind of on its way to me, a package, and I thought, you know what, I could share that with everyone else. So before I sort of talk any more about it, I'll just take you to the filming that I did of the actual package, the parcel that I received, and I think you guys are going to be absolutely just blown away. And I hope this person doesn't mind me sharing all of this, because it's actually quite sort of personal and quite sort of intimate. Some of it anyway, what I've been sent, but I think it's important to share it anyway. So let's get to it. So there you have it, people, the package I was talking about, and those of you with eagle eyes will be able to see who has sent it. Now, before we even get into this, I would just like to make it clear that Beth has sent all this stuff of her own free will. I didn't ask for a single thing. She just obviously felt strongly enough in the channel to do this. I would also like to take this opportunity to point out that even though it's my face and voice on the videos I make, ultimately everything on this channel is about Chuck. So with that out of the way, let's enjoy what's inside the mystery box. Some of you may have already noticed that I removed Beth's address, obvious reasons, but I also removed mine, but I also removed my name, which is a bit foolish because you know who I am. So starting out, there is a card from Beth, and below that card is some printouts of a picture of her and her son, Chris Steele. Now, the funniest thing is I've never seen Beth before, and so that's quite a rare picture. Along with that picture of Beth and Chris, I guess is a memorial to Chuck, as well as a kind of philosophy on life, and that reads, "Death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away into the next room. I am I and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no air of solemnity or sorrow. Play, smile, think of me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without any effort, without the ghost of a shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolutely unbroken continuity. I am but waiting for you, for an interval somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well. Love, Bethan and Christopher." And with that comes what looks like quite a meaningful picture of Chuck, who appears to be in some sort of deep thought. Moving on to the card that Beth sent, I would just like all of you people to keep in mind that we're getting a bit of an insight into the Schuldiner family, the generosity of the family, and I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty special. To me, the card that Beth found, it was just absolutely perfect. The wording and everything. Like on the front, it says, "Every good and generous thought, word and act makes a difference in more ways than can ever be known." And when we open it up, it just says, "Dear James, just so you know, thank you. You made a difference." And then Beth has wrote, "Thanks so very much for all you have done to help keep Chuck's music and memory alive and well. Much love and respect, Beth Schuldiner." Up next, let's see what's under the bubble wrap. So first out, we can see that it's a promo from BC Rich with the tribute image that they created, and also an advert for the Stealth guitar. As you can see, Beth has kindly labelled everything just so that I know what is what. And this book that I've just pulled out, it says Kitty Coffee Table Book from Chuck's House. Now this one took me back for a moment, based on the title, because it's called The Kama Sutra for Cats. I haven't read any yet, but it's going to be interesting to check that book out. This next item, from what Beth tells me, is pretty special and pretty rare. Beth has labelled it Magnet from Chuck's Studio. So yeah, it's basically a massive magnet of the Death logo. Something which I happen to think is pretty cool. Some of what Beth has sent is just plain novelty and funny, and this is a good example. The label reads, funny memorabilia, Chuck wrote hundreds of checks to Domino's Pizza for the band while in practice sessions. All I can think is Domino's Pizza must have hated Chuck. We now have another book, and the label reads, one of the many books Mom gave to Chuck over the years. He loved dogs and his kitties. And the label of the book, well, the title of the book is James Helliott's Dog Stories. This next book is something that a lot of fans actually do want. The book was put together by an Iranian musician by the name of Maya Dean. The book features a collection of bilingual lyrics for Death and Control Denied. The next surprise is a set of strings and some guitar picks from Chuck's studio. Now, you can always use a set of guitar strings, so that's pretty cool. But the other thing that was pretty amazing is, like, I figure one of the picks is brand new and one of the picks has been played with. Like, that's how it looks anyway. But either way, very, very cool. Now, people, onto shirt fanatics. Beth has sent me a few shirts. This one in particular, I believe she said, is extremely rare and had a limited run of something like 500 copies. Regardless of whether the things that Beth has sent are rare or not, kind of doesn't matter. I'm grateful for all of it, including this next shirt, which is the current Sound of Perseverance t-shirt that you can get from Relapse. In the mystery box from Beth was also a classic logo tee, something which I'm very happy about. This next shirt that I'm going to talk about is something that any Death fan would just absolutely love. And what it is Beth has actually sent me one of Chuck's own shirts. And it's obviously to do with his guitar strings. But I believe Beth said it was a shirt that he particularly liked. I mean, you can kind of see that it's pretty, it's quite worn and this kind of thing. Funnily enough, Beth was like, "Is it cool for me to send this shirt?" And I was just like, whatever you want to do, it's all good, because I guess for some people the idea of, like, yeah, it's a shirt that he's wore, like, is that weird? Is that cool? But to me it was cool. So that's it, people. That was the content of the package I received from Beth. But I recommend that you stick around a little bit longer, because you know what I did with that red shirt. All I have to say is this wrong? Is this weird? Little bit wrong, a little bit weird. Is this t-shirt so tight that I look like I'm trying to pick up dudes? Hey guys. In all seriousness, I would like to end this video by just saying I am very grateful to Beth for sending me that stuff, stuff that's very sort of important to her and is rare, and that's why it's going on eBay. Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. Obviously, the stuff I've been sent, you can't sell it and you can't replace it. So you can imagine that Beth had some concerns about it even getting here. But I would just like to say thanks to Beth, Chris, Eric, Jane, Mal, everyone. Because obviously Beth has had to go to Jane, Chuck's mum, for some of these things. So yeah, I'm just very grateful. I'm not the kind of person who would just, I wouldn't scream because I saw some sort of rare t-shirt or whatever, but I'm sort of grateful in my own way. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, people. I hope you enjoyed this little this intimate moment of sharing these gifts from Beth, regardless of whether I think I'm sort of deserving of them. Beth, it was just, that's how it made Beth want to react. The channel and the way Beth views it, it's just her sign of gratitude. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.